Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm Katie Turner, and I'm joined in studio with Coach Shanice. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Absolutely. So let's talk about what you do. You're a coach. What does that mean, really?
So I am a coach, yes. First, I'm a health coach, so I help people get healthy. I own a business, it's called Glow Up Wellness, and what we do is transform people's lives through nutrition.
All right, how'd you get into this field in the first place? We all have a story, you know.
Yes, so I decided one day that I needed to lose some weight.
Okay.
I had hit a wall and I thought I need to change my life, and I did. I decided to, eat healthier, do some more working out, things like that. And it kind of led to a passion about it. So I'm like, if I can do this, I ended up losing over 80 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. I said, anybody can do it if I can do it. So I decided to help people do it as well.
I think a big hurdle for a lot of people is motivation and kind of knowing where to start when you're not educated on the subject. How do you approach that with people?
So two things. Baby steps is the first one. Sometimes we look at the larger shiny goal, and when we embark on the journey, we kind of so far from that it gets discouraging. But if you know to take the small step in front of you, if you keep doing that, you'll get to the larger goal. And also, motivation only gets us started. It's the discipline that keeps us going. So part of my coaching is helping people develop that discipline.
Is it rewarding to see people actually, shed the pounds, feel more confident?
Seriously, I mean, I've had people lose 60 plus pounds, even 30 plus. Like, if you lose a pound, I am like a cheerleader rooting for you.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
So we hear a lot about, is it diet, is it exercise, is it a combo of both? In your field, what do you think?
It's totally a combination of both, but one does weigh out the other. So if you are looking to, get healthier, but specifically lose weight, it's 75 to 80% what you eat, what you put in your body, versus 20 to 25% of what you actually do with your body.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I always heard the abs were made in the kitchen.
Well, they can be. They start in the kitchen.
All right. Well, can you give us some tips, for people that are interested in starting?
Sure. So like I said, just first you should do a wellness evaluation with me. I take a peek into what your life looks like on an average day, and I nitpick kind of what small changes you can make to see really big results if you stay consistent there. I also do 21-day challenges to support people to stay consistent. So you stay close to me for 21 days, you get all these resources, you get so many tips and tricks, you get to hear other people's stories. And that's what helps people, that's what helped me, even myself, to stay committed and to keep seeing the results that I really want to see. So do those baby steps. And then when you need help and you realize you can't do it on your own, seek help. We seek help when we are struggling in certain areas. Don't hesitate to seek help when you're also trying to lose weight or get healthy as well.
For somebody with a really busy schedule, how do you work around that as a coach?
So one of the things I love about my journey is that my life has progressively gotten aggressively busy. I have 2 small children, I've gotten married, and I moved cross country in the past 4 years.
Wow.
So I totally understand busy. And so I personally love to work with busy people because I have that experience. Sometimes we look and we see different sections of where we can find a little bit of time to work out, where we might have not normally seen it, or where we can find space in a budget to eat a little healthier. Some people say it's expensive, but we'll look at your budget and we'll see, how we can find space to actually afford what you need in order to be a little bit healthier.
That's a holistic approach now.
I'm with it. That's the whole point of what I do, because one mold does not fit everybody. We have different lifestyles, we have different things about us, we have different ticks and triggers, and we love different foods. And my goal is to look at people's lives individually and provide a personalized plan.
Love it. So if somebody's interested in getting connected with you and getting started, how can they do that?
The easiest place to find everything that I do would be linktree.com/healthcoachniece. You'll find out information about my 21-day challenges. You can join my walk-in club. All of those things right there, Health Coach Niece on Linktree.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina, everybody. Today I am joined by Matt, who is a producer amongst a ton of other titles. So how are you doing?
I am great. I'm great. It's good to be here.
How did you figure out that this was what you wanted to do?
Music was always what I wanted to do, even when I didn't know that I loved music. I actually grew up as from when I was in kindergarten. I wanted to be an artist, draw. I love illustrations. For all my anime heads out there, I loved illustrations. So from there until actually high school, my junior year in high school, I actually had an art class. And the art class my last semester of art that I took in high school was a class that they made up for me because they didn't have any more classes. I just took the highest art class I could take. And so the next level was college, but I wasn't old enough to be in college yet to take college courses. And so they were like, after that last class, it was like, look, I'm with my guidance counselor, and she's like, you don't have any more, we got to take something else for an elective. And so the question was literally, the option was choir or basket weaving. And so, right. So,
Thanks.
So I was like, I'll take choir. And so from there, I just found out and realized that, man, I'd always been singing. I always loved music. That was always, I would go home. If I wasn't drawing, I was listening to music, listening to the radio, And so that really, really became an eye opener for me. And then from there, it just evolved and evolved and evolved into where I became a producer. I had a singing group, and it was a cappella group, and we were singing around, and we couldn't find studios that would actually be able to record us, because it was about 4 or 5 of us singing a cappella harmony, and they just didn't know how to. The engineers just didn't know how to record us, and so we started me and the group and the management team around us just started. Somebody had a mixing console, somebody else had a microphone, and somebody else had this, somebody else that, and we're like, let's put it all together until we could find the studio. I remember a conversation we were having I was having with the management company. I'm the mouth of the group. And so I'm like, I'm tired of paying for, now mind you, I wasn't paying for anything, but we're tired of I was doing nothing but just singing and writing. And so I'm like, I'm tired of paying for studios and paying for recordings, and nobody knows what they're doing. Like, we can do bad recordings on our own. You know what I mean? For free. Yeah. That's easy. That's it. And literally, when I said it, everybody was quiet for what seemed like an hour, but it's probably 5 seconds. And they're like, you know what? Well, let's just put some stuff together until we can find one that, that'll work for you, Matt. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. And so from there, I just kind of fell into, telling people I want to hear this, I want to hear that. And then finally, the guy who actually taught me how to engineer, he was like, you know what? I'm tired of you telling me what to do. You do it. And literally, that was my training. And so I just fell into engineering, just like that.
There you go. I love stories like that, though. Obviously, you were a very creative person. You had, so many different hands and thoughts, but that's so cool.
I've traveled over hills, swam the widest seas to find someone like you, to love me, to love me. There's nothing I can do. You're always on my mind. If there's only 3 words I can tell you, I tell you 1,000 times, 1,000 times that I dreamed of you.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Okay, so guys, now we are joined by Karen Antonini. You are always on the road. You are a travel sports mom. And really, this is something that I don't know a ton about. But can you tell me what a lot of families are experiencing every year?
So travel sports has changed so much. It's now a year-round commitment. So all of these families, including myself, are really focusing, instead of a long summer vacation, we're figuring out travel logistics and kid schedules, work schedules. But it's a great trade-off because our kids are doing what they love and we get to watch them.
Well, that's awesome. Do you have any tips for people who are trying to juggle that?
Absolutely. I would say just stay really organized. I like to do some research on our destination, wherever it may be, find some local landmarks, keep it interesting for the kids. And once you've got the lay of the land, you're going to want to find your accommodations. So really look for hotels that cater to families and are family friendly. It makes such a difference in terms of comfort, convenience, and affordability. For example, IHG Hotels and Resorts offer amazing options and perks for families, and some of their properties like Holiday Inn Express, Avid, Garner, Staybridge Suites offer complimentary breakfast, which save us time and money. So you can enjoy a whole menu, different menus of options, of something to please everyone. What's great is to pick a property with a pool, and that way you can keep them. There's nothing better than, having a post-game swim. And if you've got siblings along, it's great. You can grab the other teammates and families, because let's face it, we're all in it together and it becomes like a much bigger extended family and fun. And once you've figured out your accommodations, packing, you're gonna have to learn how to pack like a pro. So just take the essentials, maybe create a travel checklist for yourself, invest in a great cooler, and stock it with all your fuel.
All right, I love it. Well, thank you so much, Karen. Where can people go to learn more information?
So you can go to ihg.com/youthsports and find a lot of amazing options, including their IHG One Rewards program.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by IHG Hotels and Resorts.
This story is sponsored by Seaside Furniture Gallery and Accents.
We are very comfy and cozy today on Living Local Carolina. I am at Seaside Furniture Gallery and Accents, and I'm joined once again by Kent. Thanks for having me back here.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
It looks very different than the last time I was in here.
Yeah, we're moving the showroom, so we're very excited about the change that's going on here at Seaside. Hey, it's 30,000 square feet, folks, so there's a lot of furniture to be moved around, and we've done so, and it looks fantastic. I hope you come out and see it.
They definitely should. There's pretty much something for everyone here, whether you need a lamp or a rug. There's also a lot of fun stuff that you can decorate with.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a lot of lamps, pictures, and accessories on the showroom floor. When you have that much square footage, it's really a lot to look at. And of course, we have the living room, dining room, bedrooms, outdoor furniture. This time of year, fireplaces, recliners, those are the things that we carry a lot of, so every price point too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about y'all's history, how long you've been around.
Well, we've been around since 2001. We've been in this location, the main showroom and mattress gallery, since 2022. But prior to that, we were at the North Myrtle Beach store, which is still open, and that was in 2006 that we moved there.
All right, so for somebody that has not had the pleasure of coming by here yet, what all do you guys offer here at Seaside?
Yeah, well, like I said, we offer every furniture item that you could possibly think of. We have a great design team and also sales team. They've been around for 30 plus years selling furniture. So yeah, we have a wonderful selection here, and you can buy right off the showroom floor. You can take it home that day if you want to, or schedule it for the next day.
And what do you suggest whenever people want to make a purchase here? Should they just come look around, or should they make an appointment with one of you guys? How does that work?
Right, so they can call and make an appointment with one of our designers, but typically if they just walk in, we have enough coverage or staff that we can handle it. And what we ask, if they have a brand new home, bring the floor plans if you have it, bring your floor sample if you have it, or, I always say bring your favorite picture and wear your favorite outfit, because those are going to be telling signs as to what colors you like.
This story is sponsored by Seaside Furniture Gallery and Accents.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, this is a really exciting today here on Living Local Carolina. We're using our kitchen set for the first time, and I'm so excited to be joined by Chef Sean Baxter. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you doing today?
We're getting ready to cook, so tell me, what you got going on here? You guys are all about farm to table, right?
Yes, we're as much as possible, and we'll touch base on that. First thing I'm gonna work on is a burrata dish today for you guys, which is a type of fresh mozzarella. Okay, so I have some barley pears here that I put sugar, brown sugar, cane sugar, a touch of cinnamon, and I have them here caramelized in butter.
I wish y'all could smell this right now.
So we have that. I also have some fresh arugula that's grown for us through Myclodon Farms, which is a local farm that we use here. So with that, we also have some red onion, some lemon juice is gonna go into the dish, and some smoked bacon that we acquired from a place in North Carolina.
Beautiful. All right, so do your thing with the burrata.
So I got fresh arugula, some onions. Okay.
Got it.
And take my fresh lemon juice here. Remember to squeeze it towards you so that you don't lose your seeds.
Mmm.
Okay.
Delicious.
We're gonna have a little salt and pepper.
So this is like an appetizer type situation.
It could be an appetizer. You can always add a protein, chicken.
Okay.
You can add some of our great local shrimp, but we'll get back to that.
All right.
And a little extra virgin olive oil. And basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna mix this into a little vinaigrette right here on the table. Excuse me. Get my burrata board here.
Oh.
Second.
We
Okay.
have a burrata board.
Yes. So we're gonna put a little of this burrata, this arugula salad right here. Now this is a very rustic dish because it's a rustic cheese, and you'll see when I cut it. And what I mean by that is that there's no set way to actually plate it any particular way that you'd want it to be plated. Once you have this set up, you're gonna want to take your burrata cheese. And what that is it's fresh mozzarella that has cheese, stracciatella cheese inside and a little cream.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm gonna put 2 pieces on this one, but you can put as much as you want. You can make them as big as you want to make them. Okay. Take a little of our bacon over here.
Oh
Put it
yeah.
on there.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, you don't have to worry about how it actually falls. It can fall any way you want it to.
It's for grazing.
Yes.
This is girl dinner.
I'm gonna put some local pecans on here.
Oh
and
yeah.
they're pretty easy to
Oh
find.
yeah.
I'm gonna I like to use a crouton and give the burrata cheese a little texture. So what I do is I just crush it like that, like so, and put it on there, give it a little texture.
Stunning, mate.
Okay. Now we're gonna get to the best part. Well, the second best part. The cheese is the best part.
Yeah.
Now what we have here, and you can see these,
Oh, look at that.
are very caramelized and they taste great. Now you don't want to overcook them and make them soft. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't overcook them. You have a really hot pan, add some butter. Exactly. If you don't hear that noise, then you're not doing right. Like I said, you want to get your caramelized pears on there. Now they're a little warm, but they're still firm. And then there's a couple more things we're gonna do. You don't want to forget to season your cheese, okay?
Yeah.
And now listen, always, doesn't hurt, a little more extra virgin olive oil.
Oh yeah, liquid gold right there.
Okay. And one more thing we're gonna put on there is balsamic glaze, just a little
Oh, you're speaking my language.
bit. Okay.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
And right there. And like I said, any way you want to do it. Okay. There
That
you
is
go.
just gorgeous.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.